Welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Ale Wolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the no throne cicerone, Mama Ales, baby boy. And welcome back to the stream. This is our second stream of the week. So squarely 2 out of 3 down. Will we make it to the third? Stay tuned. And here's hoping that you're having a swell week. Here's hoping that your accomplishments are behind you, and maybe some accomplishments ahead of you. The weekend is upon us, after all. It happens to be Father's Day weekend, so give your father a call. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Traditionally, they probably will suggest that they don't care, but you know what? They do care. Tonight we'll actually be playing No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again, which is the chapter that came between No More Heroes 2 and 3. We've been playing this for quite a long time, I want to say. Definitely months. For the last few weeks we've actually been giving it a good go. We're in the final level, the DLC level. And we actually made it past a few checkpoints, which means that there is a non-zero chance that we will actually succeed and beat the game tonight, but you never know. We might pull off Ales and Fails classic and simply fail at the last minute. This is how you keep things regular. This is how you make sure that you stay on brand, as they say. Ales, aka Jimmy Neutron. Welcome back to the stream, in I go. How are you doing this evening? Is Tofu Doughnuts actually healthy? I actually don't know, but that's what Bug Extra suggested once upon a time in Coffee and Donuts. So where was I? Yeah, tonight we might finish this, tonight we might not, but you know what? We'll give it the old college try, as they say. But before we do that, as we tend to do, let's talk about exactly what's on tap tonight. What's exactly going to hamper us from finishing things out? This is something from our friends at Unibrow, which is a brewery in Canada. This is Autre Chose Peach IPA. And as you can see over here, you've got like this sort of alchemist brewing over like a kettle of sorts. The lighting is not really great here, but you can kind of tell they've got that classic witch style pose there. Oh, I had donuts today. They were good cake donuts. What is your favorite type of donut, actually? Now that we're talking about it, maybe that should have been the question of the night. What is your favorite donut type? I happen to favor, what do you call those? Maple bars? Yeah, those are pretty good. Yeah, I like those. So, yeah, an IPA is an India Pale Ale. And generally, if you have some of them in the States, they tend to be pretty bitter, and that's because during the brewing process, you add hops to them, and when you boil hops, they release bittering agents into the beer. Unibrow is more of a Belgian style brewery, and so while this might be the idea behind their IPAs, they tend to complement them with spices, which is part of the traditional Belgian style. So they don't tend to be as hoppy as you might think. It's quite nice. I certainly enjoy their stuff, specifically their white ales. Their white ales. But that's my thoughts on it. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter. Now let's go over here. Oh, and I guess they changed the entry to simply be French. Autre chose IPA à la pêche. And so this simply means something else IPA in the flavor of peach. 6% alcohol by volume, a Belgian IPA. Autre chose IPA à la pêche est le houblon froid non refermenté et non filtré. Which I believe means something else IPA, peach flavor, is hopped in the cold but not re-fermented, and it is not filtered, which means that it will probably have a hazy character, kind of like white ales. But that's what Untapped has to say on the matter. Let's go ahead and make up our own minds about it. And so, fortunately, I've got my Belgian tulip glass here, handy. That accent though, haha. Oh yeah, it's something I developed since 3rd grade. Imagine that. And so pours yellowish gold. I certainly enjoy this particular song, Spring. It's actually, I think one of the reasons why I chose it was because it gave me a feeling of being lost. Spring like the lost woods, maybe. So it's got quite a floral nose there. I want to say it is definitely strong in terms of peach. More like peach skin rather than peach flesh, if that makes any sense. No sense of steeliness here. Fingernail reviewer. And so, as you would expect from an IPA, there's some bitterness there, some hoppiness, but it's actually quite moderate, quite modulated. Nothing too strong, but definitely very consistent. In terms of body composition, a 3 out of 5. Nothing too rough, but certainly nothing too clawing either. I want to say in terms of mouthfeel, it is actually quite light. It doesn't touch the tongue as much as you would expect. Very strong in the sense of peach, but once again, you get more of a peach peel as opposed to a peach flesh kind of flavor. Some extra tropical notes there, a little bit like pineapple. I want to say a little bit like preserves, maybe something of mango there, but nothing too much more. This is quite enjoyable. It is fruity, but not fruity sweet. It's fruity like fruity wild. So yeah, I certainly recommend it if you see it out in the wild. Autre chose IPA. And with that, let me go ahead and update my ticker. And let's see, for every word Ale said, a French man died. Well, you know what, my words aren't really worth that much, and I certainly wish that they would have lived over my saying anything. So let's get that updated there. Okay, and I think there it goes. And let me go ahead and rate this. I've had it at least once before on stream. I gave it a solid 3.5, and that's kind of what it feels right now. 4s I generally give to things that I wouldn't turn down. Anywhere from 3 to 3 out of 5 is something that I would enjoy, something that I would open the night with, something that I may mayhaps purchase. So this kind of feels quite right. Let's see, bro, I spoke to this 31-year-old Asian woman and man. She's so nice and cute. I never felt like making someone my wifey like her, and I said it to her, and she liked it. Well, I'm glad that she was receptive to your advances. That's quite a bold move there, in I go, but certainly I do know you to be a bold fellow. Alright, so that's that. With that, let's go ahead and move into the action. And there we go. Alright, and I'm supposed to put on the volume for this thing.
He's hiding out in Texas, in the middle of nowhere. This name.
You seem a bit off today, or am I tripping? I don't know that you ever get the same ales on a single day, on any day. You feeling okay tonight? Okay enough to go on, I suppose. Checking in with a good streamer. Certainly appreciate your presence. And of course, never neglect the dihydrogen monoxide. Alright, let's see where we are here. And this is no good. Alright. So, we did a bit of extra homework a few sessions back. We leveled up both Travis and Batman to level 20 before realizing that that probably wasn't necessary. We've got Shinobu all the way to level 10. And that's probably sufficient to finish out this level, at least based on a walkthrough I caught on the YouTubes. One of the other things that we're trying to accomplish is, I guess at this point we're gonna go for the 100% collection completion at the very least. And so the things that we are missing are the skill chips, which I assuming we will get one once we finish this particular level. We've got both ramen shops. We've got one Azteca stone left, and then one hidden character left. And I think for that one, I'll probably, for both of these, I'll resort to a guide. I've got you, buddy. Well, thank you very much, good sir. I can always count on you. Where are we? Killer Marathon Beyond. And let's, actually, let's go ahead and pull forward.
It's game time.
Boy, am I going to miss this intro to every level. It kind of reminds me of analog horror. But these are the vestiges of a man out of time. So we made it all the way to toilet number 4, and fortunately from what I can tell here, our hidden character number 2 is past toilet number 4. Let's see, according to this website, from toilet number 4, head up until you see a ramen stall on the ledge of the center of the stage. Head right past the flippers and kill a large skull enemy on a rocky ledge. On top of the ledge where you killed the skull enemy, input the code. Okay, so let's try to get that. Like I said, we've also got an Azteca stone left. Let's see where that might be.
If you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be?
I certainly love the fact that I am resorting to a YouTube. Wait a second. And it seems to be right after the ramen shop, but right before toilet number 5. In fact, like seconds before toilet number 5. Be right back. Getting a snack for my AirPods on the... Oh, I see. Well, take your time, take your time. As you know, progress here comes quite slowly. By the way, Jimmy Neutron. That is a very, No, that's a good reference, actually. Okay, so let's try and remember our attacks here. We got our high and we got our low. And of course we got our skill chips on. We've got the Beyblade of Doom on the top. Then I think we've got the bomb, and then we've got the Travis specific skill chips. And of course, the thing we have to remember about... Whoa. And it's kind of interesting that in the graphic on the side, Sheepman looks kind of like a half sheep, half humanoid creature, kind of what you would expect from, you know, like a centaur type figure. You can't really tell too much of it, but then when you see the 3D model on the side, you can actually tell that it is a person with a sheep on top of them. It's certainly a less than normal human person, but yeah, they've got a sheep on themselves. Haven't seen you in a while. Has Silverface returned? I'm just a passing assassin. Bad luck for a simple passerby. I'm in a hurry with this DLC. Can we just hurry up and kill? It's your 6th trial, punk. You know what makes a mid-boss really terrifying? And there we go with the mid-boss dilemma here. Not giving a die. What a loud mouth ass sheep. I'd be happy to be your last opponent. Alright, let's kick tail here. Wow, hey. Oh, wonderful. Let's stay here. Oh, great. Is there any way to dodge that? Doesn't seem like... Let's go. Not too shabby. And I believe it is here where we get teleported to the last stage. Maybe. Mayhaps. You've reached level 4. Next is the sea. It's time for a maritime mystery. The sea is a dangerous place. A lot of it is unexplored and it's chock full of unknown scary creatures. The bugs in the sea are super hardcore. They'll aim straight for your heart. Take care not to die. Alright, well, let's try to find that hidden character, I guess. And of course, this is probably going to be one of the more challenging areas in this location. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, I see. The bubbles precede the rising. The Metal Gear Rising, one would say. That's ridiculous. Probably should have chosen Shinobu for this one since she's got the next time. Yeah, it's a bit too late right now. Jeez, guys. And down I go. Let's go ahead and do this.
To battle.
Right. And let me just double check where that hidden character is. I have to get to that ledge. And I think to get there I have to kill this skull right here. No, wait a second. I don't think this is it. So there's the Bugshire Road right there. There's a rocky ledge, I guess. Here we go. Okay, and so the code is YYBX YYBA. Nice. Let's keep going. Jeez. And as long as we don't attack, we should be okay. Right, I can't actually get past. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's switch.
I'll be back.
Short plant. Ah, these guys are obnoxious. Break their guard. There's way too many of them. There's only so much a short plant can actually do. Okay. Ah, these blasted bumpers. Let's hang out here, buddy. That didn't do anything for me. Okay. Wow. That was wild. And that's enough to celebrate. Let's see, so we're still missing toilet number 5 And right before that, we're supposed to be getting the last Stone, and I think that'll be it in terms of collectibles for the rest of the game. Imagine that. Well, except for that skill chip. Good job. Thank you. I am worthy of your praise for this one moment in my run. Let's see. What does Bug Extra has to say today? Grandpa's words of wisdom. At last, they're making a movie of that Gundam novel. I think those letters are misplaced. A trilogy to boot. A long life was worth living, after all. Another Bug Extra. Grandpa's words of wisdom. Protect your family, even if you can't protect them. Even if it means throwing your own life in the trash. Protect your family. These are my true last words. A bit of a phlegmatic statement from our friend Bug Extra. Where is Batman at, actually?
Time to knock out a homer.
My spirit animal here. And so we got the Physalis chip, and we got the triple hop there, and then we got the living turret. This might be a fun go. Here's hoping that I have to repeat that section again, but who knows? Hey, there's the end, right? Oh, come on. And of course I go for the shielded fellow. Trying to pick up the easy boys here. Nice. One last one. Let's drink another. Who's left? Oh, of course, the turrets. Another challenge. Poor place to put it. But when have I been known for placement? Let's drink up. Batter up. Kind of surprised that they're throwing these guys at me. Let's go with this. Oh, that was poor. Of course, these fellows are gonna make a bad situation worse. Ninja's dead. I don't think the drinking activated. Ooh, still alive. Wow. Where's my gas? Ah, I should have dodged that one. Run. for the road. Ooh. You know what? I wasn't even, I couldn't even tell that the timer was running low. You're wasting too many seconds by doing heavy hits on weak enemies. It's probably a fair read on the situation. But it is so satisfying to smash into them like that. Alright, let's give this another go. And let's switch to Shinobu right here.
Engage.
And actually, where are we in terms of leveling her up? No, I think let's do it. Boom. That'll only make us just a bit stronger. These paddles are going to be the death of me. I'm either lucky or I wait for it. And I hate waiting. Ah, of course I had to. Let's switch out.
10 hours of gaming a day.
Seriously, I hate these guys. This is probably the worst enemy type in this entire game. Nice. Let's see if we can actually switch back to Shinobu here.
Master.
How careful do we have to be here? Breakthrough. Of course. Let's switch out. Wait a second. Why didn't it let me switch?
Oh, let's kick some ass.
Of course, these creatures. Let me get rid of the turrets first, at the very least. That'll be satisfying. Of course, they also have ridiculous health. For sure. I could get rid of these banana creatures. I don't actually know what their proper name is, but they seem to be fairly banana-esque. Cavendish, if you will. There'll be no peace until I get rid of these roads. Wasted, wasted, wasted. There you go. For your troubles. Down he goes. That was a slower run indeed. Alright. Maybe let's start with Travis this time. He does have a little bit more attack, but not really that much. Alright. I remember why Batman was a slightly better choice here. I've got him equipped with those chips that kind of just attack wholesale. Let's just stay here. Nice. Oh, we've got one more, of course. These things are so obnoxious. Come on, banana pieces. And one more down here. Let's move. Ah, of course. That is so satisfying to just break through their guard. Of course. You know what, and right here, let's go ahead and switch out. I don't think I have the energy.
Play ball.
dodge up the bat. Oh, what the? That never happens. Oh, and of course these drill enemies are so obnoxious. Boom. Well, certainly better than last time. Parried me indeed. Well, a loss is a loss, but that was pretty fun. I've gotta want it. I don't know. I don't know. Achieving anything is significantly having the right assets, but insignificantly luck. Let's go back to Shinobu.
You will decorate my blade.
Jeez, they didn't actually charge her up. I guess that makes sense. Because I didn't go back to a save point. Oh boy. Of course they would hit me right as I am trying to cross. Actually, let's just go back to the save point here. Eh. What? No, I'm just getting sloppy. And there we go. Nice. Eee. And away we go. And then we switch. Let's see. Also, I stayed up for your stream tonight. And don't want to say I don't have to. I wanted to. I wouldn't want to miss the world premiere of ALS vs. Solar Phase. Very kind of you. Certainly hope you're not, as they say, what's the term here? Well, let's just say hopefully you're not pushing yourself too much. I slept late last night, so I've been sleepy this evening, but the stream and interaction with you doesn't happen often. Well, part of that statement is true. The only time that you will get to interact with me in this particular state, in this particular level, under these particular circumstances, only comes tonight. Imagine that. Okay, so let's resume. But yeah, certainly appreciate the support in IGO.
Let's kick some ass.
I'll say this one more time. You've got a world of other streamers, content to use your time on, some of which are better. So certainly appreciate the fact that you are here this evening, as well as any of my other lurkers out there, including my friends, the bots. I think next time I do this, I'm just gonna start from the safe one because it doesn't pay off to have all of these guys at low health. Maybe next time I should actually go for the ramen shop because we actually do have time to spare here. And I think that's supposed to charge us. I met you on this game and we're gonna end it together. Well, that's a very noble feeling. Yeah, I think this will more than anything be a practice run. I can't imagine that I'm gonna make it on my first single life. But stranger things have happened. Stranger Things Season 4 has happened. These classic ninjas. Look at that. The pinball effect. And there we go. Alright. I think what's going to be lame is the fact that while I have Travis charged up right at the checkpoint, the moment that I switch to Batman, I'll realize that his energy is actually depleted. And like I said, he does have the better ship skill set here. Let's see if what's he looking like right now if I switch to him. Actually not. No, actually he's charged. Okay. Yeah, so let's try to be frugal with some of our flashier attacks. Oh, come now. Beautiful. Is that it? No, of course not. I love how sometimes just the charging doesn't actually work. But so it goes. Poor placement. I think I generally like Batman's R-Attack a lot better than Travis's, because it does work more like a real area of effect type of attack, even though it's got slightly lower or lesser range. I feel like it's a little more concentrated and direct, and I feel like maybe 25% of the time for Travis's attack, he doesn't actually hit the mark. Move out of the way. And seriously, once they get you, it's impossible to... Okay. Beautiful. Great. Come on. Okay, made it back to full. We're at 30 seconds. Boost out. Oh, wonderful. Boom. I don't suppose they give me 10 more seconds for a dead life, do they? Ooh, that's painful. That's painful. Oh yeah. I do love peach. I also love canned peaches. Alright, let's give this another go. No, let us not return to the trailer. Yeah, I think after I fail, I'll just go back to the save point. It kind of seems silly to start out with less than capable characters. Where are we at? Okay, it's been an hour. I think we're actually quite good. How are we in terms of leveling up Shinobu? Okay, about 1,000 more, really. Anything we want to change in terms of skills here? So the V2 chip works nicely with crowds, but as soon as you meet some resistance, it kind of just fades. The double X chip actually seems to be working quite nicely. It actually works quite well in tandem with the BCB. Yeah, the only one that could potentially use something else is the V2. Dendrodium. I vaguely remember not liking that one. I did kind of enjoy the shining chip though. It's kind of like a telekinesis attack. And of course there's the turn A, but I feel like in this particular level, waiting for the heal from the turn A actually doesn't work very well. And so unicorn chip would actually sucks energy from other enemies, but I feel like its damage is actually not significant enough to actually warrant using it. And then the BCB. Okay, so let's put the shining chip on Travis for this round. In terms of Batman skills, I kind of like everything that he has. I don't think I really need to switch anything. For Shinobu though, the double O, I don't know that it actually works significantly for anything I have. I might just put the unicorn chip right here. Or actually even the chip that I had Travis wearing just now. What is it called? The wing? No. The V2. Yeah, let's go with that. See how that works out. Since I do have her running around trying to mow through some obstacle walls. And yeah, for this part I think the character that works best is Travis.
10 hours of gaming a day.
Yes, we know. We know.
You like that? Blueberry cheese brownie.
Nice. Easy enough. Truly, we have reached the epitome of strength. And where are the 4 giants when you need them? Just trying to crack the rust out of these old digits. Okay, so the ocean, 6 minutes left. We switch to Shinobu here.
To battle.
And we just wait for this door rather than try to rush it. And here we are. Wow, that was rough. Yeah, sure. Let's move. Nothing to do but wait here. Looking nice. Beautiful. And we switch here.
It's game time.
Let's go. Love it. Yes, some below. Okay. And 336. I wonder, does our time over there actually influence our time here? No point in thinking about that now. Our choices have been made. Play
Time to
ball.
knock out a homer.
Okay. Yeah, actually it does. Imagine that. Things influence things. Come now. Beautiful. Bottom. Okay, and our beers haven't backfired just yet. Let's go. Ah, of course they have to take away our thistles. Oh wait, they didn't. Ah, jeez, I hate that guy. Beautiful. Okay. And I'm out of battery. Of course. Unfortunately, 1 minute's not gonna cut it. Jeez, how many waves do we have though? Jeez, guys. Alright, let's switch characters here.
I will be back.
Boom. Hey, look at that. And that was, luck. Goal. The winner of Killer Marathon, our very own Travis Touchdown. Challenger, time to go up against Silverface. Now presenting the final stage. Okay, so here is the final Azteca Stone. In terms of completion, let's see what we've got here. So 3 skill chips actually. I thought we were missing one, but maybe that's a function of maybe once we get our final secret character that we'll get a couple of extra skill chips. But really, that's the only thing that's missing here, skill chips. So I am hoping that it's the sort of thing where I get 1 from beating the boss, and 2 for being a nice guy overall. Ah, you did it. Yeah, imagine that, look at that. Like I said, stranger things have happened. I think it'd be funny if my game bugged out at this point. Grandpa's words of wisdom. Make my last supper cutlet curry. Order black pork filled cutlet curry and put it by my pillow. It's time to sleep. Good night. Bug Extra is gone. Long live Bug Extra. You know what? I'm gonna do the thing where I save with every character just to make sure that everyone is up to where they need to be.
Charlotte.
Yeah, so Batman is not in good shape. Okay, and actually, could we level up yes, Shinobu. A sensible level 12.
Engage.
Batman on the toilet is just stupid funny. You know what? Not every one of us can be very graceful on the John. And I am certainly not one to brag about my performance there. Okay, so everyone's up to level. Who should I choose to face? Well, let's go with classic. Let's be traditional and follow convention. Got exactly 1 life. Every single individual is to 100%. So, you're the all-time ultimate undefeated champion, Silverface. I'm Travis Touchdown. I'm a passing assassin, and I'm also known as King of Gamers. And I'm here to kick your... Okay, look, don't bother with the grandstanding. I'm just not in the mood right now. I think you may be misunderstanding that this Killer Marathon game, it's pinball, you know? You probably picked up on this, but this game is made from the settings and illustrations of a pinball table. I don't know, I don't know that I saw that, but and realistically, it wouldn't really be possible to run a marathon while killing off a bunch of people, would it? What sort of organization would sign off on something like that? This is something made up fantasy stuff. Actually, I did notice that, but you've never killed anyone before, have you? In an experiment in science class, I fainted while dissecting a frog. I totally fainted in front of all the girls. That sounds like some real trauma. Anyways, yeah, no. Killing, punching, whatever. I literally can't even. I hate exercising. I played wind instruments in band at school and had a school life. I especially can't stand dude bro killer types like yourself. Is Travis a dude bro? Maybe. But you can't escape the fight. You're gonna have to fight me. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Are you trying to rile up my instincts? The true face of my instincts, what lies behind it, my settings. What the hell are settings anyways? Settings are basically proof of your existence. The mechanism that makes your ego. My ego. Instinctually enjoying murder and creating records of murder as a sport. That's Silverface. My infinite death punch is going to end you. Nice! That's what I've been waiting for. Tonight, my fist is especially angry. It's pissed about having been relegated to DLC. So you're threatening me all of a sudden, Marathon Monkey? What boss character would ever be happy about being banished in DLC? You know what percentage of people who bought TSA are gonna buy this? Really generously, maybe 60%. On average, probably about 35%. That means that over half the people who bought TSA are moving on to other games with no idea that I even exist. Don't be such a downer, man. You gotta stay positive. We can make this DLC awesome. The F are you even talking about? I know what's up. You know, people just buy this DLC for Bad Girl. Your art's been released too. It's just not the same. I object. I'm going on strike. I'm gonna kill you. That's some nice bloodlust for a guy composed of just settings and an illustration. Settings make the man, the ego takes hold, and the illustration becomes reality. Therefore, I will become the final champion of reality. Nice line reading, man. I can feel the bloodlust boiling up. Let's do this. Love this soundtrack. I bump this in the whip from time to time. Alright, let's hear it. Yeah, that was deep. Very fourth wall breaking. Lovely. And a square hit. There he goes. More. Come on, Silverface, are you effing kidding me? Unload all that frustration on me. Oh, I will indeed. Where are we? Seriously. Where did my bomb go? What? That is one. You know what? We're changing characters here.
Charlotte.
No more heroes. Let's triple hop it up. Of course. I think we've got to be a bit more careful with that. Ooh. More. Not enough stimulation. Nice, you're getting there. The real marathon starts now. Think you can handle more battle? Hell yeah, I'm gonna show you that a middle-aged guy really gets going when he's got 2 strikes and bases are loaded. The environment changes. Okay, did he just become Sonic the Hedgehog? What is... Stay away from the flares, I think? Okay, the edges are poop. let's give it one more go. Ah, he consumed my... And every time he does that flashing attack, I get stunned. Get away, get away. Where did he go? Guys, the falcon died. Oh great, I forgot about that. Come now. Lovely. Ooh, and out I go.
I'm so sorry, Charlotte.
Maybe I gotta figure out a better way to dodge his attacks. Whom I loved too long ago. Let's see, where are we in the evening? I think we've still got a solid hour left. Do look at his direction, which he uses his flash. Look away, then attack. Yeah, I've been trying to roll away, and every once in a while I actually dodge the stun. So I think that actually rings true. Now, here's hoping that since I'm starting in a brand new toilet that I'm completely charged. Starting in a new toilet. I don't know that I ever thought that I would be uttering such words, but here we are.
I'll be back.
Okay. So let's give it a go. Oh, huh. Travis is half dead. Let's make sure that everyone is at 100%. I should really get a purple leather jacket.
Play ball.
Okay, Batman is at a slightly better state.
Master.
As for Shinobu, I guess she's doing okay. If only they sold a Travis's jacket. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that I've ever seen something like that out in the wild, but that would be nice. And I don't really think we need to go through this one more time. You know, there's a silver lining here. If I do lose, I'm just gonna go get another drink. Where did he go? What am I even doing here? This guy combos really well. Wild. Jeez. That wasn't even phase 2. Alright, well, close enough, I suppose. Ah, that was only helpful for nobody but myself. Clearly we need a change of chips here. I love the fact that Silverface emulates my favorite enemy in this entire game. Boom. Might be worthwhile changing to Batman. Okay, round 3. Ooh, hey. Wow, why is it that he... Alright, we are switching.
Time to knock out a homer.
Ah, of course I have it.
Welcome to the majors, Little League.
Batter up. Once again, very satisfying the crack of the bat. A passing sea. That actually did pay off to use that shining chip. I've worked up a good sweat. Sweat, huh? Looks like some other kind of red bodily fluid to me. With my blood flowing like this, that which was fuzzy has become clear. Why did I become a Silverface? Why was I born to a world of pinball? So what's clear now? We are updated, reformed, we evolve, synthesize, awaken, combine. We run further on the path of evolution to the bright future that's sure to lie ahead. Can you really trust that future? Who knows? But this world is full of things that you simply can't know without trying to run the path. Yeah, you're right. In that case, I'm gonna run too. Who knows? We might run into each other again someday. When that happens, I want to draw some more blood. Let's take the sweat next time. Yeah, let's do that. Batman, I'm gonna hurry on ahead. The next goal awaits. Adios, Marathon Man. And our last skill chip. The Infinite Justice chip has been acquired. Coding complete. Preparing to transfer. Preparing to transfer. One more time. For all time's sake. We find ourselves back here. Alright then. Now I've got all the death balls. Well, technically, I've got 6 real death balls. So what happens now? I actually have a pretty good idea what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna just blurt it out. F it. Batgirl is totally coming back. Like, definitely. I mean, they already announced the second DLC. So, sorry, the comeback didn't work out after all. Just ain't gonna fly, obviously. If that happened, it would get real hairy. Like all kinds of, you know, behind the scenes issues. So Batgirl is absolutely coming back. What I'm worried about is, how much is that gonna remember when she does come back? What if she has like no idea of just how much BS her dad and I went through to bring her punk back? Or if she restarts right after the point where I killed her, she's absolutely gonna try and jump me. If that happens, I'm gonna have no choice but to get her to kill that old bastard instead. This long ass journey is almost at its end. We'll meet again someday. Until then, play hella indie games for me in the meantime. So we make our wish. Who has summoned me? You again, huh? You look foolish, but that's your appeal. You may have a single wish granted. Now speak your wish. Ah, quite a greedy one, aren't you? I shall grant your wish. Ah, so we gather all of the real death balls. So this day has finally come. I shall grant your wish. Eye of the Tiger. And Bad Dog back from the depths of hell. Beer, give me beer. Bad girl, a woman after my own heart. What the hell do you want to know? How did I feel about it? You want to know what it was like to see my daughter again, huh? That's, yeah. I guess you could say that sometimes it's better to leave things as they are. But that's not exactly it. It was more like throwing back a shot. I thought I was vodka, but it turns out it was effing gasoline. Anyway, every vein in my damn body clenched up. But then I realized pretty quickly that, hey, this ain't so bad. I came to accept the situation. So basically, it was the first time I'd seen her in a while, but it was also like seeing her for the first time, period. When Charlotte finally appeared in front of my eyes again, I now saw her as Batgirl. And as for me, I had become Batman. We'd both turned into something different. But there's nothing really wrong with that, you know? Kids don't grow up the way their parents expect them to. And parents don't stay the way their kids expect them to either. It happens all the time. Like, all the goddamn time. Now all she has to do is live the way she wants. So we decided to live our own lives separately. No I love yous, no hugs. Even without all that BS. The fact is, we're blood. And blood is blood. Blood don't fight. That's a lesson I learned. Or, something like that. Anyways, that's enough for now. You be sure to watch out for your blood, too. Blood is a curse, but it's also a blessing. For as long as that chain of blood continues. Okay, so a new playable character. And new skill chips, of course. Yes, thank goodness, let's save. Sweet relief. Poor Batman. These things never end cleanly. They were trying to emulate real life anyways. No such thing as a true happy ending. So, can we talk to her? No, if we talk to Shinobu, we'll just go into that ending scene. And of course, there's Batman here. Well, you know what? Let's check on our stats here. Did we get everything? All the skill chips, all the ramens, all the stones, Yui logos, and hidden characters. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. We could, I suppose, level up everyone to level 20. But let's not. I think for the last hour here, I'm just gonna play as Batgirl. And I think that'll be enough. And that will be enough. Let's rate these last pieces of ramen. So... I often forget how you actually can tell whether or not you're already rated a ramen. Can't actually tell. Okay, 282. I'm gonna assume that it's these last few. Okay, 930. There we go. I think we've only hit 2 different ramens. Let's go ahead and save and take a quick break. Late night nerds hit different. Yeah, I certainly do hit different. I wish I could be classified as a nerd. Nerd indeed. Now the question is, what will replace Travis Strikes Again? That is the pressing question. Alright, let's leave it here. And let's go to a... Be right back. I'll see you on the other side of this break. And yeah, let's do that. Okay, and we are back. Welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, barstool philosopher, the no-throne cicerone. And welcome back to what I deem to be early Friday, late Thursday, one of those, at least in my small corner of the world. And we just finished Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. We just unlocked the character of Batgirl. And I would have entertained playing something new, but I don't think I'll be here for at least an hour. So I think the plan right now is to simply take her for a spin and try out her skill chips and see what she plays like. But I think that's it. That'll be it for us tonight. And let's see. I'm getting better with the intermission songs. Well, I'm glad you like them. You know, generally when I pick songs, I think really the idea is something gentle, something easy, but at the same time something just depressing. Yeah, I think depressing is good. Alright, but what is exactly on tap for the last part of the evening? We got the Kentucky Bourbon Stout, Cinnamon Vanilla Cocoa, and that's it right here. It's a very basic label. It's kind of yellow. It is an imperial stout with coffee, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and cocoa nibs aged in oak bourbon barrels. Generally, when you see something that has been flavored, it suggests that the flavor itself may not have actually been thrown in the brewing pot originally, that it was thrown afterwards during the fermentation tank, or even later post fermentation. So what I assume is that this stout in particular, the cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa were actually added post brewing process. Now, what exactly is a stout? Well, a stout is a type of ale, generally brews darker. You use darker malts, something like crystal malts, chocolate malts. You can also make stouts using oatmeal. What is the other grain that stouts generally use? Well, I'm sure it'll come to me. Now, stouts are generally lighter in body, though not too light, certainly not as light as a pale ale. But they're a little bit crisp. I want to say they've got the consistency of somewhere between a cola and maple syrup, which is actually defines their flavor profile pretty well. Now a Coca-Cola. Now what am I reading here? Of course, lots of stouts generally have strong coffee flavor, and that comes from definitely the grain choice, but also just the level of roasting, because of course coffee does get roasted, and adds to the bitterness. Stouts themselves don't actually naturally have that bitter flavor. They're generally sweeter, because they highlight the taste of the grains themselves, the sugars from them. So whenever you have a roast, it does add a little bit of bitterness to the drink, maybe slightly closer to an earthiness, if that makes sense. Let's see, there's two songs playing together at the same time, making a weird sound. Yeah, there you go, you're absolutely right. Look at that. That is highly unprofessional. Now what I meant to play was Everything I Lost. I think I was simply lost in my thoughts there. But yeah, KBS. I've actually had it once before. Let's go ahead and see what Untapped has to say on the matter. But good catch, certainly making a good catch there. So let's see. A healthy, and I say healthy with quite the generosity there. 12% alcohol by volume, 45% international bittering units. Here's one for the cocoa lovers. KBS Cinnamon Vanilla Cocoa, the sumptuous deep coffee and chocolate flavors of KBS rise to the next level with a swirl of cinnamon and a hint of vanilla to create a sweet, but not too sweet, barrel-aged drinking experience. Now that's a setting right there. It's a whole spin on KBS that's sure to sweeten your spirits. Okay, so that's an interesting descriptor there. Sweet but not too sweet is certainly a setting that I favor. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this bottle. And so from the nose itself already I can sense kind of a creamy flavor there. Some milkiness. Certainly a strong smell of coffee, like freshly brewed coffee. And again, that earthy character, Fang and Ale. Yeah, maybe a 2 or even a 3 in terms of body composition out of 5. Strong notes of coffee, but nothing too bittering. I feel like the flavor that comes the strongest is actually chocolate. Very good chocolate there. I think the body actually hits a little bit more like cream, and whenever I think of cream I think of vanilla, which is actually something that this particular beer touts. I can sense some cinnamon there, but I feel like it's because I'm looking for it, not necessarily because it punches me in the face. A clasping mouthfeel, but a brief one, not necessarily one that lasts. Some good bourbon notes there, which adds to the sweet complexity, but it is actually quite modest. I feel like between the coffee and the vanilla, the taste of bourbon is actually complementary but does not overstay its welcome. KBS Cinnamon Vanilla Cocoa is something that I might have avoided in the past, but at this point we're in too deep. Let's go ahead and update the old ticker here. By our friends at Founders Brewing. Okay, and that's that. In terms of a rating, let's go ahead and give it 3.5 is solid. I would give it a 4 if there was a slightly sweeter stout. While sweetness is not something that I look for when I'm drinking beer, it is something that I desire when I'm drinking a stout, especially if I'm finishing up a night. I might as well go with a 3.75 for tonight. And I've got a beer melting pot badge. Beautiful. But with that, let's get back to the action, shall we? And like I said, all I really want to do for the rest of the evening is showcase Batgirl's abilities. We've got probably a little north of a half hour, so let's do that. Let's jump into the first level at Electric Thunder Tiger, because as we all know, Electric Thunder Tiger 14 is releasing soon.
Now I'm hella pissed.
Yes, for the next game, as much as I'd like to simply go ahead and play No More Heroes 3, I think it'll be a while before I do that. Yeah, I think I want to save it. I think it took me a while to get through the No More Heroes, and I feel like I'd probably be rushing through them if I simply did that. So here's a funny tidbit. Before playing Travis Strikes Again and making Batman and Batgirl kind of a particular crux point for the game, my favorite boss in No More Heroes, the first, was actually Batgirl. And I've got to say that a lot of the heavy lifting there was actually the soundtrack for that particular boss fight. So that's kind of fun. Sure, let's level up. Boom. And so the Justice Ship pulls in and attacks enemies with a special wire. Let's give her something fun. And then the Infinite Justice. And I believe she's got to clean up. Set Batgirl's bat aflame while the bat is on fire. Batgirl's attacks become explosive. That sounds like a lot of fun. And unleash a powerful swing. So let's try all of the new skill chips. I don't really think we need to. I like the fact that rather than sharpening her bat, she simply drinks beer. Now that is exactly what I would do. And I like the bump there. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Is that it? Oh no. Just get the coin, will you? Okay, but what about the Infinite Justice? How about that? Wait, what was that? Okay, so a little bit similar to Batman's attack. Let's try to see if we can use this Infinite Justice chip just a bit more, see how it fares in different situations. Here we go. I often forget how straightforward this level is until you get to the electric location with the plates. I mean, so far I might be using the Infinite Justice chip, not in the way that it is intended, but it doesn't seem as powerful as I think it should be. And Alpha is declining once again. Ooh, hey. Nice. I do like the fact that her art special does have an added effect of putting puppies there. Let's see. I'm contemplating hitting up the girl. She was so sweet and nice, but we can't be together. It would be great, but it's been a month and a half since she messaged me with a bunch of rage. No accountability for her actions. Was trying to let her figure it out and play games with herself. I want to call her and say I'm doing great and give her love. Well, reaching out is always something that most people appreciate. Hopefully, whatever frustration or anger she possessed is water under the bridge at this time. Really a very accelerated, almost like a quick attack that she does for even for the heavy hits. It's quite nice. I feel both her and Shinobu are actually quite quick in terms of their combos. Let's do this. It seems like it changes. Sometimes it's just those diamonds. Another trap. Nice. Nah, there they go. Wow. This guy's tough. Okay. Let's see. But I also want to send a paragraph in my notes to her. It's direct. and a bit petty, but very informative. What would be more proficient to do in the situation if I reach out? Because I wonder if she thinks about me, I would assume. Especially because I ghosted her or something. Especially because I ghosted her, something I don't do. Ghosting means I miss him. Well, I'm going to say that being direct and straightforward would generally be my approach to things. I think I want to be as clear as possible with things. I think that sometimes strategizing these messages, while there is some merit to doing so, it is not necessarily the most direct way to approach things. Yeah, just and I'm not suggesting that you have to make yourself fully vulnerable or anything like that. It is simply about living up to the words that you're putting on your message. Now, one word of caution here, or maybe at least some reflection that merits thought, is the notion that you did use the word paragraph, and you know, some people, not everyone, but certainly some people are at the very least cautious when they see that somebody who they do not necessarily seem as close, maybe a little bit more reluctant when they receive a very long line of text, because for better or for worse, fortunately or unfortunately, sending somebody a substantial level of text suggests to them that they owe you the time to read said text, and that is not always an assumption you can take. That is certainly an assumption I can't take. I feel love currently, but I also feel like she should know what she caused, which would be the message. I agree. I think it's important to, put things out there. I don't know that you can control her reaction, which is something that I think we desire when we reach out to people, whenever we write something that comes from the heart, or even if it doesn't fully come from the heart. We craft a message not necessarily to say the things that we want, but also write in such a way that we think, to the best of our ability, that we can shape whatever it is, how it is that they're going to respond. And maybe that's not something that actually does happen, but maybe then that's not the expectation that one should have. Because people are radical. And that's what makes them beautiful. These guys are... Oof. Well, I guess I was running with like 1 hit point this entire time. I'm actually surprised it took that long to perish. Maybe I just need more beers. Take a page out of Bad Girl's book. I want to try to find a scenario where this infinite justice chip actually shows its true power. Let me read the description on that one more time. And actually, can I level up with Bad Girl once more? No, it's gonna take a bit more. Though I gotta say, I really like the fact that there's 4 character pages here. Fills up the screen quite nicely. Just a second here, folks. Okay. Alright. I like it when the camera goes in that direction. It makes it seem like there's a goal up ahead. Goal. I said it like gold. I at least want to reach the first sheep man here. Nice. Ooh, nice. A chain attack. And down they go. Also, for some reason, I'm scared of karma because the message is going back to the past, and I might attract unnecessary BS. But for some reason, I'm scared if I open up now and hypothetically I get something in the future. Because of her, I want to hit her up so she comes to my aid when the time is right. She liked being needed. I see. How do you see my anxiety of thinking? How do I correct it or adjust it? I'm thinking of staying safe in both ways, but my emotions are getting the better of me. Well, unfortunately, and I think everybody hates hearing this, but it depends, right? I do find value in putting yourself out there and, for lack of a better term, showing some skin to see if the person you're trying to reach is willing to meet you in the middle. Now you're suggesting that she is the sort that likes to be needed, which might play against you later down the road, and that's certainly something to be wary of. But I guess to that effect, I say, I do think that to a certain degree, all of us like to feel needed to a certain degree, and I mean there's healthy ways to go about it, and there's unhealthy ways to go about it. Now the question is it something problematic? Is it something that you would find frustrating in the long run? Now, I do think that potentially you might be putting a lot of thought into this. I hate to be a reductionist and say, you know what, say what you need to say, and if it works out, great, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. There is the old proverb that nothing ventured, nothing gained, and you might be setting yourself for failure here, yes, but and I think I mentioned this to you before. If in the game of life, or well, let's just say in terms of relationships, be it whatever you want to seek, if you don't put some skin in the game, then you're never going to find anything. There's no certainties in these things. That wasn't a satisfying response. I actually felt it as I was saying it. And of course, as soon as they hit you, you stop going through the motion of the bat. That butt bump is actually king. Reminds me a little bit of Asuka from WWE. Okay, I'll think about that, because I've been confident in myself lately. And you know what? Confidence is probably your best ally. I know that sometimes being overconfident can be a detractor in the things that you can do, because sometimes you really are setting yourself up for failure. But I do feel like a significant amount of times just having the confidence to go through something, to say something when nobody says anything, is actually enough to, if not succeed, then put the wheels in motion for that. I think there was I believe there was this show back in the day. This is probably gonna seem kind of silly. Scrubs, which was a comedy show about medical school interns, and I think it was during the season #1 where a quote actually rang quite true to me. The idea goes that you know, our relationships, and of course you are not necessarily in a relationship, but the idea goes that good and bad relationships go through the same mud and the same crap, and what differentiates the ones that thrive and the ones that don't thrive is the fact that at the end of a quarrel, at the end of a hiatus, of a pause, one of the two individuals or both of the individuals have the confidence to say something. Because if you don't say anything, then it is lost. And that's something that I really liked. And that is why I generally tend to say something. Let's see here. But that probably doesn't apply here. Just gets my mind wants to make things right with her, saying I'm fine. Hope you're fine too. And we can still be friends and hang out sometime, but the spontaneous and mystery I feel gets the girl so much a lot of the time. Well, I mean, I don't think you should condemn yourself for it. I think it is worthwhile to think about people and to think about your interactions with people. That is certainly something that has shaped the way in which I interact with people. I think sometimes my closest friends kind of laugh at the fact that I tend to prepare for conversations with them if I know I'm going to be talking to somebody for a significant period of time. Like if I'm going out to lunch with somebody, I will actually spend just a bit of time thinking about topics to talk about with them, which nobody I've met ever does. I don't think that should be something weird. I think that's, you know what, I don't have that level of spontaneity, and so I like to think about how conversations are gonna go. Let's see. So that's why I'm thinking if I ever need her, that's when I pull the trigger, not when I'm feeling high. Gotta put that love back to myself. Well, like I've said before, I do think that that's a noble way of treating the situation. And let me suggest this very odd, very strange idea that maybe you yourself being confident is not you necessarily being in an abnormal state. Maybe that is the state that you need to be at. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on a stream playing Travis Strikes Again at ungodly hours. Alright, let's do this. Oh, come now. The range on that is actually not very good. Light them up. I wonder if this flame bat will actually break most guards. Abso-effin-lutely. Here. Some ramen. Give me some mashi. toast to those that we lost along the way.
So good.
Where are we in terms of time? Maybe about 15 more minutes and then we'll call it a night. And a mystery box. Coins for our troubles. So do you mean reach out to her confidently? Because that's where I should be in my area of life. Even the things I'm afraid in for reasonable reasons it may seem. I think let me go ahead and say this. I absolutely think that you are justified in holding your concerns. That they're actually very reasonable and very objective as you can be about subjective things. But I would say that if I was in your place, that I would reach out, and the fact that I'm confident wouldn't necessarily hamper me back, because you know what, feeling confident is great, and maybe, just maybe, that is your how to say, ground state. Maybe that should be your new zero. But certainly don't do anything based on something that I've said. So, as far as I can tell, Batgirl is actually not as quick as Shinobu. I feel like she's somewhere between Travis and Shinobu in terms of balancing power and speed. And I do appreciate that. I think that one of the things that I found lacking in controlling Shinobu was the fact that her attacks didn't seem to hold as much weight. But maybe that's my personal bias. I think that probably my favorite character, controlling favorite character was probably Batman. I did feel like his attacks were actually very weighty. And it probably wasn't the attack power, it was more like the animation that suggested to me that I was hitting with a volition. Wow, my power runs out pretty good. Damn infinity. Bug extra and Solar Face influenced answer. Well, when you've got philosophers about you, okay, and now we enter the factory, which is actually not one of my favorite locations in this level. I appreciate that like a lot. Like I said, I'm not about to suggest that you should do one thing or the other, and I don't necessarily want to force you out of your comfort zone. But these are things worth thinking about. But I'm sure you knew that. I am certainly not an individual to suggest to anybody to put themselves in an uncomfortable situation. I think probably my better friends are not necessarily interested in putting themselves out there. Yeah, and I respect that. Sometimes, though, I do think the old adage applies. sometimes that if you don't bleed, you don't grow. And I think this is probably the first encounter with one of these suicide bombers. I think we might be at a level up here. Maybe. Very nice. Let's see, one of the things I wonder a lot if people around besides my parents are just a figment of my imagination, or are some also players in a base level like me with equal opportunity, or am I the person? The main character, so everything I experience lies in my balance. Conflicting ideas. Your thoughts though? So you're wondering if other people exist. Well, I think that's a... what do you call it? That's actually a very old philosophical question, right? Is there any proof to the existence of others if all you can actually experience is your own sensation of things? And to that I say, there is no way to prove that. But at the same time, there's no way to disprove that. And I hate to say it, that the answer may be go with the point of least resistance. But at the same time, what would you gain from... let me say I counter that with the idea of Occam's razor. And Occam's razor says that the answer that holds the least variables is generally the right answer, or in other words, the simplest answer is generally the correct one. Is it easier to think that you are the only person in this universe, or is it easier to think that potentially every person is a real person? I am one to suggest that maybe it is the latter. Simple is better. Unfortunately, for as complex as we find ourselves in this very vast universe with endless mysteries, generally the reason why things happen is because, how to suggest this, it was the easiest way for things to happen. Let me, however, suggest that maybe the opposite is true, and maybe you are the only person here, and maybe everyone else is a figment of your own imagination. Would it be any less worthwhile to become vested in them? Would it be any less worthwhile to feel sad when you hurt them? I don't know. I don't think so. For it is a fact of life that the longer we live, the more we hurt others. This low energy sword sound is actually not great. I wonder at what point the puppies and whatever show up. That's an odd question to ask. I think it's me. You are right. Damn beautiful. Chef's kiss. Appreciate that. It's a human experience. Just live. It's worth trying. It's like the old saying, if no one is around, does it ever truly happen? Says who? Light the blunt, flick the ash, and say exactly. I like that. I should probably use that myself. Jeez, okay. Alright. Let's try and get to the first sheep man here. I definitely don't think that I'll make it to the... Boom. I don't think that I'll finish this level, but... I'm also playing like butt here because
Game over my ass.
I'm not playing very well. But that's okay. The pressure's off. Let's do one more go and then we'll cut things. Oh, we can actually choose which one. Ah, let's go with the fifth one, why not? And once we meet our fate, that'll be it. Oh, and I really like the motif here. All paths lead to Rome. So I think after this week, for this particular block, the Thursday night block, we'll probably go back to Hades for a few weeks. And then after that, well, during that time, I'll probably figure out what I'll play next for the modern speakeasy. I was thinking of maybe Bayonetta. I was also considering Lollipop Chainsaw because Grasshopper. We'll see. Where did he go? Jeez, guy. Wait a second. Give me a second here. Let me just wrap things up here, one way or the other. A classic fails and fails finish. And actually, I like this screen. So, last message, how do you interpret it? Because when I hear that growth, I think it does happen because someone witnessed it. This dude doesn't like fire. That's why Bad Girl is good for him. Huh, well, I guess I'll try that. But in terms of the quote, does it ever truly happen? Says who? Like the blonde flick the ash and say, exactly. Well, I guess the way that I interpret it, um, and I think I've only heard it exactly once before. It is the idea of trying to suggest, you know what, you act and you go through life, and there are instances where you question, did this actually matter? Did somebody notice? Am I receiving credit for having done this? And the idea is, well, probably not, maybe, but go with it and do the thing that you need to do, sort of thing. That's at least how I interpreted it before, and that's how I'm reading it now. Let's light it up. Nice. Different than your take. I guess to that, and not to sound combative or anything like that. I don't think there's any point in you arguing with a drunk, but I guess the question for me is, who evaluates how successful your life has been, if not yourself? I think, what is it? I've got a very close friend that has a very strong sense of justice, and they often call out the times when they are not recognized for their merits. And I often respond to them by suggesting, you know what, every single person that matters knows this. And they are never satisfied with that answer. But I do think it is true. I would think the God you believe in. No, that's probably as close as you're gonna come to it. Whoa, hey. Alright.
Charlotte.
I think I'm dead. Where is your friend and mine? I love video games. That is why we are here. Where did he go? Seeing one of the edges, or I don't see him. Maybe I need to clear out these mobs. Okay, maybe I'll see if I can. Oh, how you can actually attack these things. Okay. Triple star, why not? And go away. Of course I have to just eat that. And there we go. The last time we'll beat Triple Star. That scene and just some of the cool things you can learn is just astounding. A beautiful metaphor to life itself. Life is a game. Yeah, that's absolutely true. A series of challenges, a series of problems, a series of games. Video games were meant to be a canon event, as the kids are saying nowadays. Now that one is something that I've missed. It's kind of interesting how, new ways to talk about things just happen to pop up, and you eventually lose track of keeping up with them. But that's okay, because every generation goes through the same thing. And I think we're down and out. And so I think that probably the next time that we try to play this game, if it happens, will probably be a new game plus where we actually play a harder difficulty level. But I think for this run, I think for this stream, I think we're good. And we got through this scene. No more heroes. Certainly. All right. And with that, I think we're good. So that was the Ails and Fails Twitch stream for tonight. We finished Travis Strikes Again, so yeah, I think next week on this block we'll play some Hades. I really like this game, and to be perfectly honest with you, when I first started, I was certainly a little bit frustrated with the fact that it didn't play like other No More Heroes games. But I think it found its charm. I think it's found its way. I think I understood what the purpose of playing things this way actually was supposed to be. I think it would have been nicer, or at least a slightly different experience to play this with another person. I know that this game can actually be played in a couch co-op sort of way. So that might have curtailed some of the issues that I found while playing it, in the sense that it did seem at certain points where waves of enemies just kept coming and coming, and maybe having a second player might have made things a little bit easier, a little more manageable, and a little more digestible. But I like the combat. I like the skill chips. Some of the puzzles in each of the levels were a little bit hit and miss. Certainly the low point of the game was the CIA level. I don't think I'm saying anything surprising here. I didn't care for that level where the Mr. Manhattan had actually chased after you. But yeah, certainly CIA was not something I'll ever miss. Yeah, so like I said, I'll be going back to Hades for a while, maybe for a few weeks. And generally, the way that I go about these things is that I'll have 2 games in the same block and I'll bounce between them. So I doubt that I will finish Hades during my next few runs, but maybe, who knows. And once I play 2 or 3 weeks of that, I'll bounce to a different modern game, as modern as I like to call them anyways. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, Inigo, and thank you for all of my lurkers out there. Certainly appreciate your company. I will attempt to be playing Street Fighter 6 tomorrow. It is at this point a 75% chance that I will be doing so, challenging some online folks, getting my butt kicked. It's all in good fun. So tune in for that. That'll be closer to 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And if you can make it, then that's okay. There's always next week. Check my Twitter for the upcoming schedule. But yeah, this has been good. Yeah, so hope to see you there. As I like to say, stay thirsty, Ale Pack. We'll see you again.